Hey everyone, welcome to the Vita Cast, episode 115. I'm your host, Tyler Olthoff, joined alongside Kyle Wakeling. What is up, Kyle?
Not too much, Tyler. Where have you been?
I've been dead, but I'm back. Not really, obviously, but... no, just life has been a disaster as of late. A lot of crap has been going down, so I should have done a better job of letting people know that, hey, nothing's wrong, but I might be gone for a while. But just a lot of stuff going on with work and life, and yeah, so I haven't even really played any games. I haven't really had a social life. I've been just work and sleep, work and sleep. It's been great. Sarcasm.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. What about you, Kyle? How have you been?
I've been okay. A lot going on. Been doing a little of this, a little of that. Been really busy lately. Lots going on with Vita Lounge and, of course, the VR Lounge, our new venture. So, yeah,
Very nice, very
just
nice.
always going, you know me.
Yeah, you are non-stop working on all the sites and all that fun stuff. So yeah.
Somebody's got to do it, Tyler. Somebody's got to do it.
Yep, and you're just the guy. Aren't you so lucky?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let's get into it. This is the Vita Cast. We talk about the Vita. We've played some games. Kyle's probably played a lot more games than me. So, Kyle, what have you been playing?
Well, okay. I've played a lot. I reviewed Senran Kagura Estival Versus and Valkyrie Drive since the last time we talked, I believe. So both of those I have played the hell out of. Valkyrie Drive is the Japanese import, and Senran Kagura Estival Versus obviously just came out over here. So yeah, it's been interesting. I platinumed Estival Versus, so that was a little bit of a grind, but very enjoyable. And I'm kind of on the way with Valkyrie Drive, although it's a little bit harder with some of the stuff you have to do in the language barrier stuff. So I'm working at it. Also, I've played some of the staples. I've played Hot Shots Golf World Invitational, Tetris Ultimate, something else. Oh, Killzone. I have played Killzone since last time we talked. And I am currently playing for review Severed, though I can't talk about it.
Nice.
So yeah,
Why can't you talk about it, Kyle? Come on.
it's that embargo, Tyler. My
Ugh,
lips are sealed.
I won't tell anyone.
Yeah, well, I ain't telling you, so
Oh,
there you go.
okay. Whatever. Jerk. Alright. Well, is that all?
I think so. You never know, though. I may be like you and come up with one in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, I tend to do that, don't I?
Just a
Well,
little bit.
well, I don't think I've really played anything, to be honest. Like, I've been so busy. I think I may have played a tiny bit of Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus, but that was a long time ago. My my Vita time has slacked a lot, so that's not good. But hopefully,
All work and no play, Tyler, makes Tyler a dull boy.
I know. But hey, I got a day off tomorrow, so that's exciting. So that'll be nice. I can actually maybe relax and get energy back, and just be
Play some Vita.
yeah, and be ready to go for another fun week. So yeah, mine's all short. I'm sorry, I haven't played much, so take it as it is. I'll play more, I
Send your
promise.
hate mail, too. No,
Oh,
I'm
whoa,
kidding.
whoa, whoa. I've probably already got a lot of hate mail since I've been gone. Probably somewhere hiding.
I can't even imagine.
I mean, I haven't even posted a YouTube video in like the same amount of time, so I'm probably all my subscribers are getting pissed.
Well, hopefully they'll listen to this podcast and be like, oh, at least he's alive.
Yeah.
Because they might have been like me and been like, yeah, his girlfriend probably killed him.
Well, I don't have a girlfriend. Come on.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Ex-girlfriend.
Okay, your ex-girlfriend probably killed you. Didn't want to go into it, Tyler. Didn't want to go into it.
Right, right. Well, I gotta let all the ladies know that I'm single, Kyle. Come on.
That is true. All you Vita playing ladies, get on Tyler. In both senses of that sentence.
Bounce, go out, wow.
That's right. This isn't just the Vita Cast. Vita is life too. So there you go.
Alrighty. Anyways, let's get into the reviews from this week. We've got a few. So first up is Blast Em Bunnies. This was reviewed by Liam. He gave it a 2.3 out of 5, and he said, quote, Blast Em Bunnies is a highly repetitive, endless shooter that is DLC heavy and fails to leave a lasting impression. It can often come across as too easy and doesn't offer enough to keep it a fresh and entertaining experience, end quote. That doesn't sound too hot. Doesn't sound
No, it
too
is
hot at
not.
all. I'm assuming you did
Yeah,
not
and
play it.
I haven't played it. I was a bit wary after cutting together what footage I could find for one of the recent monthly trailers, I believe. Just looked very repetitive to me, and I probably couldn't get into that. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't even realize this game came out. What do we got next, Kyle?
All right, we got Sid Meier's Civilization Revolutions 2 Plus. It was reviewed by Paul. He actually reviewed an imported copy, but this game has since come out, so there you go. And he says, quote, despite the simplified gameplay elements, Civilization Revolution 2 Plus is an engrossing and enjoyable title and may well fit that that strategy itch you may be having. A lack of multiplayer does impact the long-term lifespan, and some may find it too simple. End quote. So there you have it. Probably read his review if you've been interested in that one. It might sway you one way or the other. But yeah, not really interested on my side. What about you, Tyler?
I was interested in it, but that doesn't sound too appealing.
Well, you definitely have to read the review then.
I am definitely going to have to. Alrighty. Next up, we have a review by our own Kyle, and it is Senran Kagura Estival Versus, and you gave it a 4.3 out of 5, and you said, quote, Senran Kagura Estival Versus is a much better looking version of its predecessor and includes enhanced features to up your experience and add more variation to your gameplay. That said, it takes a different approach to stringing together moves than the first, which isn't as smooth, and it opts to add loading screens all over the place to compensate for enhanced textures and bigger areas. Because of this, it's not entirely a better game than Shinobi Versus, and instead comes second, but still very much recommended. End quote. So Kyle, take it away.
Well, I think that mostly sums it up. I really enjoyed my time with Senran Kagura Estival Versus. I was hyped for it, and it didn't really let me down. But they've made some gameplay and style choices that kind of throw a hamper in this being the better game, I guess. Well, it's definitely more pretty than Shinobi Versus was. I don't know if I got as much fun out of that gameplay because of that. So, got a slightly lower score, but better in a lot of ways. It's kind of a weird one. They've taken a couple steps forward, a couple steps back. Didn't really move too far. So there you go.
Alrighty. I definitely need to play it. I've had it for a while and haven't even really done anything with it yet.
Yeah, you definitely need to play it, and then you can comment on that as well.
Yes. Alright, what do we got next?
All right, moving on. We got Day of the Tentacle Remastered, which was reviewed by Charlie. He gave it a 4.4 out of 5, and he says, quote, Day of the Tentacle Remastered is another classic Double Fine title that has been given a facelift for the PlayStation Vita. The puzzles can be challenging, and the game can be completed in around 5 hours, but those 5 hours will provide you with a hilarious story, great characters, and puzzles that hold up even though they are 23 years old. If, like me, you are a point-and-click fan, then Day of the Tentacle Remastered is one you don't want to miss, end quote. So a lot of praise there. I'm not particularly a point-and-click fan, but with that high praise, that'll definitely be something I'll be looking into. What about you, Tyler?
Nah, not really interested. Not
There
feeling
you
that
go.
one.
Read the review. Sounds like it's a good one. Moving on.
Alright, next up is UnEpic by Artie. He gave it a 3.9 out of 5 and says, UnEpic is an RPG platformer with some chops, but some questionable design choices and input issues hold it back. The gameplay is solid for fans of Metroidvanias, but does nothing new to distinguish itself in the genre. An irritating take on nerd culture is a turnoff and makes me wonder who this game was supposed to appeal to. To skip dialogue, press X and 0. End quote. All right. Interesting. What do you think, Kyle? I don't even know anything about this game, really.
Yeah, pretty much all I know about it is from the review, but it sounds like if you like Metroidvania games, this one might kind of fill that need, but it doesn't do anything, amazing. And obviously, with that skip dialogue notice, there's going to be a lot of dialogue that you don't really care to read. So there you go.
Not too good. All right. Even though it's not a terrible score.
No, it seems like for the actual gameplay, like I already said, it's decent, but it's kind of the edges that are rougher than he would have liked.
Right. Well, all right. There you go. Those are all the reviews we've got from this episode. And now we're going to get into those new releases. We've got a few here to go through. So, North America, we got Night Solitaire for $4.99, Malia for $2.99, Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution 2 Plus for $19.99, Tachyon Project for $9.99, Trillion God of Destruction for $39.99, and UnEpic for $9.99. What did Europe get, Kyle?
All right, so Europe got Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution 2 Plus for £14.99, €19.99, or 24.95 Australian dollars. Tachyon Project for £7.99 or €9.99. UnEpic for £7.99 or €9.99, and Trillion God of Destruction for £34.99 or €39.99. And that brings us up to, I believe, April 3rd on releases. So this isn't quite up to date, but there you go. We've caught you up.
Very nice. All right, let's jump into that news. We've got quite a few here to run through, but it shouldn't take too long. First up, Alexander Burke from Out of Bounds Games has announced Laser Disco Defenders, a procedurally generated twin-stick shooter that's on its way to Vita. Inspired by the sci-fi and music scene of the late 70s, Laser Disco Defenders is a groovy, procedurally twin-stick laser-dodging, bullet-hellish, disco-infused hot podge where every shot fired bounces indefinitely around the level, hurting everything it hits, including you. Sound interesting? Well, here's the setup for the story mode via the PlayStation blog. On a stage in a galaxy far, far away, the intergalactic music contest is in full swing to decide who will win the mighty mirror moon. Whoever holds it can project their music across the galaxy and affect billions, so a lot is at stake. Unfortunately, the evil Lord Monotone has stolen it and is using it to wreak havoc on countless unsuspecting civilizations across the cosmos. Your task is to help the Disco Defenders fight their way to Monotone and get the mirror moon out of the grasp of his cold steel hands. That sounds like quite an adventure. Thankfully, you can outfit yourself in different items that will aid you in your gameplay. Choices like the accessories, outfit, or shoes you pick altering your abilities and looks in-game. Plus, if story mode doesn't fuel your ship, then there's also an endless score mode letting you rack up the points until you simply can't handle the heat. Or you can use it like a training mode for the story bits, honing your skills so you can progress. Is all this sounding like something you might enjoy? Developed by Out of Bounds and published by Excalibur Games, Laser Disco Defenders is on its way to PlayStation Vita. We're not quite sure when, but we'll be sure to let you know when we find out. Oh boy. I'm sure Kyle missed all these pronunciation crap.
I'll help you just this one time. It's for you.
For you.
For you.
For you. That's easy. For you haven't been shy on sharing information on their upcoming JRPG Caligula, and they have recently updated the game's official website with even more information on the game's world and story. First up is the game's prologue, which you can read below. Oh boy, this is a long one. Come hear the voices from within the darkness. The main voice called itself... I don't know what that is. When asked...
It's moo, Tyler.
It's a what?
It's a moo.
What the heck? How is that a moo?
It's I believe a Greek or Latin letter. Anyway, that's what that means, moo.
Wow. Anyways.
There you go.
The main voice called itself Moo. When asked, you answer with your own name. Moo proclaims proudly, quote, "It is best to forget the painful reality. From now on, enjoy your life to the fullest. The painful reality, you can already no longer remember anything of the sort. Perplexed, and in another place, Mu says, quote, "Welcome to Mobius," end quote, telling you the name of this world. At that moment, your consciousness was cut. When you become aware, you realize you're in Kashimai High School. As your consciousness drifts out of a haze, you vaguely realize the situation. It seems you're in the middle of a graduation ceremony, and the graduation greetings are going to be performed. After a short time, the rearranging of your memories comes along, and you're a Kashim. I already just said the word, and I'm not doing it right. Kashimai High School first-year student. A typical... Oh, God, dog's going crazy. Someone shut their fucking car door, and they go crazy. Anyways, a typical carefree high school student living an ideal student's life in the midst of youth. After some time passed, the school entrance ceremony began. You, who are irreproachable conduct and excellent grades, and heavily trusted by those around you, were supposed to make a speech as the second-year student representative. You go up on the stage to make the address. However, a first-year representative boy named Kensuke Hibiki then comes up on stage, who just the other day read a response as a graduate. I remembered the intense discomfort in your eyes as you projected Kensuke's face to that of a monster. There are more. You realize that there are similar monsters in the students that would have seemed normal until now. You could not stand the fear, jumped off the stage, and began running to escape. You noticed, you remembered it all. This is a different world, the existence of reality. You experienced pain in reality, but even so, you must return. Quote, "He lacks talent. That person too. I've seen it." End quote. During the ceremony that continued as if nothing had happened, where you jumped off the stage, only a few students were staring. Also revealed was information on the game's setting. Mobius, which is described as a virtual world created by Mu with the main goal of being a happy place for people to live, it is a world where only those who suffer in the real world are invited to visit. Everybody who visits Mobius will be able to forget the real world and become a high school student. When in Mobius, visitors will become a totally different person than what they are in the real world, changing in both personality and appearance, and most people who visit Mobius don't realize that they're no longer in the real world. In order to grant the wishes of the inhabitants, Mu preserves the energy of Mobius creation by singing songs composed by human collaborators called ostinato musicians. Currently, only an area of the city called Miyabi has been created, with buildings and geographical features composed from the memories of the humans invited to Mobius. And lastly, the Digi-heads have also been detailed. Described as people who have lost their self-awareness, they can be considered as slaves of Mu. They are able to attack those who express negativity in the world of Mobius if Mu deems it necessary. Caligula is set to launch in Japan in June on the 23rd, and we'll be sure to share more information on the game as it's revealed. In the meantime, check out some of the game's art in the gallery on the site. Oh boy. I'm getting tired, Kyle. Can you tell?
I can't, but I'm sure we'll be able to tell very soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm normally passed out at this time, so my eyes are blank.
Smack yourself in the face and keep going.
All right,
ouch.
All right. Bad news, folks. Skype for Vita is no longer available to download and won't be usable after June 22nd. When reached out to PlayStation Online Support, explained, on June 22nd, 2016, Sony Computer Entertainment Inc. will end support for the Skype application for PlayStation Vita and the Skype feature for PSP. From the 22nd of March 2016, the Skype application for Vita will be removed from PlayStation Store. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and we appreciate your understanding. Skype is all about dead on Vita, but seeing as how they never updated it and it was lacking some of the best features, it was bound to happen. Rest in peace, Skype for Vita, Skype for Windows, you're next.
That's right, stupid Skype for Windows.
Hey,
all right, moving on.
That's how we record.
I know, but it's crap, man. It's such crap.
Yeah.
All right, enough about Skype for Windows. Moving on. During an early play live stream covered by Game Juhu and Silicon Era, new details about Romancing Saga 2 and its compatibility were revealed. According to Square Enix, Masanori Ichikawa, producer for Romancing Saga 2, the game won't be coming to PlayStation Vita with PlayStation TV support. The reasons behind this outcome weren't given, however, the lack of support was relayed pretty clearly. Also, it was revealed that while PlayStation Vita version will have better controls due to the physical buttons present, the smartphone version will have better response time. That said, Ichikawa notes that most of the team prefers the Vita version of the game. Romancing Saga 2 released March 24th in Japan, with no news yet on a Western localization. Kicking on, Dengeki Online has put up their preview of Sword Art Online Hollow Realization, showing off character customization, the marshlands, and named monsters. First up, a look at the main character creation screen tells us that we can customize the player's name, the event name, your gender, physique, bust size, eye details, mouth details, hair details, skin color, voice, and weapon. Next, we get a look at the new area called the Marshlands, which feature thickly grown vegetation and a dark atmosphere. Parts of the region include a mysterious cave area, a poisonous swamp, and even a waterfall. Lastly, monsters with immense strength are revealed as named monsters and will appear randomly on the field. Unlike bosses, however, you won't be able to see them beforehand and prepare, so keep ready at all times. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization is due out this fall, hype level +1. And kicking on, Sega has just released the Japanese demo for Hatsune Miku Project Diva X on the regional PSN store, and it's ripe for the trying if you have access. If you're a fan of the vocalized Vita versions and have a Japanese PSN account, then you're in luck. The Japanese PSN has received a small dose of Diva for you to try, clocking in at 247 megabytes. As previously reported, the demo will contain the tutorial Ivan Polka, as well as the tracks I No Uta, Strangers, and LOL Lots of Laugh. It'll also allow you to try the new Rush mode and sample some of the exciting modules. Those interested in trying before they buy can grab the demo on the web store, or alternatively log into the Japanese account and grab it via the Vita-based store for direct download. But that's not all. Sega has also announced that Miku is making the leap once again. Here's the announcement tweet from Sega letting us know the good news. At Sega says, quote, "Step into the spotlight, Hatsune Miku Project Diva X is coming fall 2016 to PS4 and PS Vita," and then they give a link to the site. Further details haven't been announced, but it's nice to have confirmation, isn't it? Hatsune Miku Project Diva X launches this fall in North America. Yay!
Woohoo! Alright, next up, back in November, we brought you the news that Kadokawa Games were busy working on a remake of the PSP title The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third for PS Vita. The publisher has now revealed more details on the remake, as well as giving us a release date. Here's what you can expect from The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third Evolution. Appearances from characters of the Trails in the Sky series. The publisher promises that if you have played previous games in the series, you'll have twice the fun. If you haven't played any of the titles before, do not despair, as they also stated that you will enjoy the game regardless, as the story and characters are independent from previous storylines. The potential for dream character showdowns. Characters from The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky and The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky second chapter will make appearances in this new game. Depending on the event, dream confrontations could occur. Maximum of 16 players. As well as familiar faces, there will of course be new characters to include in your party. There will also be new crafts and S-crafts in the new title. Familiar system that you know and love. The Evolution series Easy Play battle system remains the same. There will be new orbments and various side elements to explore. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the Third Evolution, will be available on July 14th in Japan, with the retail version costing 5,800 yen, and the downloadable edition being 4,800 yen. There will also be, unsurprisingly, a limited edition version which will include an original drama CD and a collection of creation materials. The version will cost 8,800 yen. Aside from the new details regarding this remake, Kadokawa Games has also revealed that a Trails in the Sky 3-game set will soon be available. No pricing details were disclosed, but the set will include The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky FC Evolution for Vita, The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky SC Evolution for Vita, The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the Third Evolution for the Vita. Collection of creation materials, set of 4. Anime DVD Mina Atsumer Falcom Gakun FCSC 2-disc set. Trails in the Sky FC Evolution Original Rubber Strap FC set, SC set. Trails in the Sky FC Evolution Leather Accessory Case Original Drama CD. Keep checking back to TVL for all the latest news on the Legend of Heroes series. We'll be keeping track for you. Alright, what'd you do here, Kyle? Am I just dumb? I am dumb. Never mind. Don't even worry about it. I'm tired. Alright.
It happens.
TVL recently brought you the details of the Day 1 update for Digimon World Next Order, which brought new scenarios and a new difficulty to the RPG. If that wasn't good enough, however, more free content will surely help. The Digimon Adventure Tri Digimon Mikumon was added as a free download via the PlayStation Store on March 31st. To obtain the Intelligent Catstone, which allows your partner to digivolve into Mikumon, you'll have to clear the Mikumon's mystery scenario. But do not despair if you do happen to lose the stone, as clearing the scenario will unlock the evolution, allowing you to digivolve into Mikumon anyway. Digimon World Next Order was released in Japan on March 17th, and we've yet to hear anything about localization. Damn it. Kyle wants that. And next up, online retailer Rakuten Books has pinned down the Japanese release of Uppers to mid-July. After previously being dated for April 21st and then delayed indefinitely due to a lack of pre-orders and some self-admitted selfishness on producer Kenichiro Takaki's part, we finally got what seems to be another date for Uppers, though admittedly not a very close one. Common source of release date announcements, Rakuten Books has revealed a new release date for the date delayed beat-em-up Uppers, July 14th. That's 3 months from now and quite the wait. That said, we've got some good news as Famitsu has revealed the existence of a second demo for the upcoming Uppers, as well as some first print free DLC with Tadoji from our favorite Busty Ninja game. The first demo wasn't a bad time at all, giving us a decent introduction to the game for those who didn't quite understand what they were getting, but it was short and the game was delayed and redated since then. It's time for another demo. Released March 31st in Japan, Upper's second demo will net you a 1,000 yen discount on the digital version of the game when it releases. Also announced was the inclusion of Senran Kagura alumni Doji, who will be available for free in first print copies of the game when it releases July 14th. She makes the leap through time and space, ending up on Last Resort Island for some ass-kicking action. Are you getting more interested in Uppers? Producer Kenichiro Takaki surely hopes you are. Let's just hope he doesn't delay it again.
Yes, let's hope. Moving on. Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition has received some new paid DLC in Japan, which is now available to purchase and adds even more new characters to the already heavy character roster. Netoge no Yumi's Akko and Lucian have been added, with Akko being playable and Lucian being a support character. The characters cost 800 yen to purchase and are available via the Japanese PSN. You want to fight? You want to fight, Tyler?
Yeah.
I'll go you.
Let's do it.
Moving on. Anyway, Koei Tecmo have released a new update for Attack on Titan in Japan, adding a host of fixes and new additions to the game, the likes of which I'm here to inform you of. First of all, you can now decorate your camp, where you prepare before heading out to the battlefield with models of the Titans you've defeated. In Online Camp, the models can act as a way of showcasing your battle history. Each of the game's 10 playable characters have been given a new skill to learn, meaning you'll be able to go back and unlock them. Rewards have been added for cleaning requests in the super difficult Shingeki mode. During battle, you can see the details on your screen for your maximum of 4 allies. The maximum that equipment can be reinforced has been increased. Material rarity indication added, meaning that rarity is now displayed for the materials required to develop and modify equipment. Adjustments have also been made for the balance of battle. You can now develop equipment while out procuring materials. Last but not least is the addition of the much requested hard mode, which is now selectable from the main menu screen. Attack on Titan released in Japan earlier in 2016 and will release later in the year for North America and Europe. And Uchawari Ramono, the two Hakuros, the third game in the series, will launch in Japan on September 21st, according to Amazon Japan, and will be priced at 7,344 yen. A 10,584 yen special edition will be available, and it includes an illustrated box, art book, soundtrack on CD, and folding screen. Look out for that when it drops.
Alright. Mystery adventure game Root Letter has been given a release date in Japan, launching June 16th in the Land of the Rising Sun. Root Letter is developed by Kadokawa Games and will cost 4,800 yen. A special 7,800 yen edition will be available, and it will include a box with the image of the protagonist, a soundtrack CD, and an art book. The game is set in the Shimane Prefecture. As the player, you'll set out to solve the mystery of Fumino Aya, a pen pal who has disappeared after leaving a letter which isn't delivered until 15 years later. For more news on Root Letter, including news on the upcoming Western release, keep your eyes on the Vita Lounge. If you've been looking for news on Galgun Double Peace since P-Cube confirmed they'd be publishing it in January, you're not alone. But now we're here to share some good news so you can breathe a sigh of relief at your leisure. Galgun Double Peace has been slated for a summer release and will be available in a special Mr. Happiness edition for those of you that need all the goodies alongside your game. It will include, alongside the copy of a game, a premium quality art book, 4 DLC costumes, Cunning Kanochi, Wedding Dress, Sexy Ribbons, and Sakura Zaki Squad 777, exclusive Shinobu and Meier wall scroll, official Galgun Double Piece soundtrack, Supreme Ultra Rare Extra Soft Mr. Happiness screen cleaner. This special edition will be available exclusively from Rice Digital in North America and European flavors. Have we got your Galgun going yet? Compile Heart have revealed new details regarding their upcoming pirate-themed RPG. Within the new details, the game's story has been outlined and is as follows. The story follows a pirate girl named Paruti, who is in the middle of a voyage to find treasure. But things don't go to plan as a monster child named Otan, wearing a bra on its head, drops her into the ocean. She lands in the Phantom Sea, named the Monsupi Sea, where treasure is rumored to be hidden. In this strange place there are no humans, with the only inhabitants being monster girls and the Pai clan, who have familiar-looking heads. She decides to go on a mission to find the hidden treasure of the Monsupi Sea. Will she find the goods and return home safely? For a look at the introduction characters, hop to the post on the site. Genkai Toki 7 Pirates is due out August 4th in Japan.
Alright, kicking on with this news. We're getting close to the end, so don't worry guys, it's almost over. Being developed in partnership between Rising Star Games and AAA, Gareth Noyce, the developer of Lumo, has just announced that the title will be arriving on the PlayStation Network for both PS4 and Vita next month. You'll also be glad to hear that Noyce also confirmed that the game is going to be cross-buy, meaning that if you buy it on one platform, you'll get it on the other at no extra cost. In a recent post on the European PlayStation blog, Noyce announced that Lumo will take the form of an isometric puzzle platformer, citing games of yesteryear such as Night Lore and Head Over Heels as his inspiration. Noyce also promised what sounds like a puzzle game of epic proportions, describing Lumo as 450 rooms split across 4 different zones, including secret paths, tons of hidden rooms, ducks to rescue, coins to collect and spend, and 6 minigames to find and unlock. Lumo will arrive on April 22nd. Kicking on, Nipponichi has released a demo for Rose in the Old Castle of Twilight on the Japanese PlayStation Network. Clocking in at 185 megabytes, this newly released demo has you learning the basics of Rose in the Old Castle of Twilight gameplay, showing you how to jump over gaps as well as how to use Rose power to move objects through absorption and infusion. Rose in the Old Castle of Twilight is due on April 26th in Japan, with no news yet on a Western localization. Idea Factory International has announced that the upcoming release of Megatig Mention Blank plus Neptune vs. Zombies has been pushed by 2 weeks in North America, moving from its previously quoted April 26th release date to May 10th. The European release date has also been pushed by the same amount and moves from April 29th to May 13th. Looks like we'll be waiting a little longer for Megatig Mansion Blank plus Neptune vs. Zombies, but hopefully we'll be better off for it.
Alright, next up, after what feels like a lifetime, Tom Happ took to the PlayStation blog recently to reveal that Axiom Verge will be releasing on the Vita on April 19th in North America and April 20th in Europe. In the heartfelt blog post, Tom reached out to Vita owners to explain why it has taken some time to bring the game to the handheld. Quote, I'd like to give a little bit of context on what took so long. When I started development of Axiom Verge, I was using a development framework called XNA. Support for XNA was abandoned, so the community created an open source version of XNA called Monogame. Sony told me that they were working to get Monogame supported on both Vita and PS4. I knew that Axiom Verge would be great on a handheld, so I jumped at the opportunity. Tom Spillman from Sickhead Games was in charge of the porting process. Porting an engine to a new platform is an incredibly complicated task, yet he was able to pull it off easily for PlayStation 4. After the PlayStation 4 version was done, however, porting it to the Vita turned out to be a lot more challenging. Optimizing an engine is slow and painstaking work. As the months ticked by, Tom was feeling a great deal of pressure to get Monogame working. End quote. And more quotes. One analogy that I like to use when describing getting Axiom Verge working on Vita is that of a light bulb. For months, Tom Spillman was putting in all of the wiring, but until it was fully connected, the light bulb just couldn't turn on. And finally, about a month ago, Tom Spillman was able to make the final connection. The build went from not running at all on Vita to running almost perfectly. There were a few bugs here and there that needed to be tweaked, but most of that was fairly minor and easily handled. We discussed with Sony and we have settled on a launch date of April 19th, and as promised since the beginning, it will be cross-buy, so if you already own it on the PlayStation 4 version, you'll get the Vita version absolutely free. End quote. Axiom Verge is a retro-style 2D Metroidvania action-adventure inspired by such classics as Rhaegar, Contra, Bionic Commando, Blaster Master, and of course Metroid. But it also gives you power over glitches like those found in classic games, allowing you to scramble enemies, corrupt environments, and enter hidden areas. Features: expansive, non-linear exploration of 9 labyrinthine interlocking areas, gobs of unique tools and abilities, loads of weapons, and tons of health power attribute upgrades, combat with dozens of unique creatures and bosses, glitches allowing you to break past the boundaries of normal gameplay, speedrun mode, play with a streamlined interface, and additional features to facilitate speedrunning. Axiom Verge is a cross-buy title, so if you already own it on the PlayStation 4, you will receive the Vita version for free when the game comes out. If you have yet to buy Axiom Verge, there will be a 10% discount available during its launch week. Limited Run Games' official Twitter account has released details on their upcoming printing of Oddworld New and Tasty for Vita. Oddworld New and Tasty, developed by Just Add Water in the 2014 reimagining of 1997's PS1 cult hit Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, the first game in the Oddworld series starring the whimsical, gross creatures called Mudokons. This will be the 5th Limited Run Games release, which offers fans the chance to own a physical edition of a previously digitally only title for various platforms. Physical copies of Oddworld New and Tasty will be available for ravenous fans to purchase for PS4 or Vita on April 25th, 2016, directly from Limited Run Games' official web store. Get those while it's out, collectors. Next up, the most recent issue of Dengeki PlayStation has revealed the release date as well as some new information on Shin Haragami 2, an upcoming horror game from NIS. Shin Haragami 2 will launch in Japan on July 7th for all PlayStation platforms, with the Vita version retailing for 6,458 yen, with character design being handled by Hakis. The game is produced and written by Sohei Nikawa and directed by Kazui Takasu. Dengeki PlayStation also managed to get an interview with Nikawa and Takasu, who have revealed some minor information on the game. First of all, Shin Haragami 2 will return to the origin of the series. While the series has had many spin-offs and the previous game being the most successful yet, it was also subject to criticism that the developers are working hard to amend. Nakawa is particularly excited about the game's scenario. The game will be split into the chapters, with each chapter being a complete story. The game is aiming for a 0Z rating, but it will depict fear that doesn't fall into regulations. Previous systems such as Self-Question and Liar's Art will return to the series, as does protagonist Saki Hajo, and will have a new appearance showing more of a character who has been through some difficult situations in their past. Stay tuned to the Vita Lounge, as we'll be sure to share more of the games leading up to its launch. In the meantime, let us know in the comments if you're looking forward to the game or have had any previous exposure to the series.
And that's the news, Tyler.
Oh, okay. I
Didn't
wanted
look
you to
down
do
there.
it. I wanted you to do it, but then it got awkward.
I was like, what's he doing?
Or maybe I fell asleep for like a half a second. I don't know.
That's possible. That's definitely possible.
It's very possible.
Anyway, moving on from that news, which we had quite a bit of, we go to talking points as usual and our favorite announced release games that we're looking forward to from the week. So, of those 21 things we talked about, what looks good, Tyler?
Tokuden. Wait, did we even talk about Tokuden 2?
I don't think we did, Tyler.
No, I think I gotta refresh this. Yep, I did. There we go. You know, it's been too long. Attack on Titan. There we go. Alright. Yes, I want Attack on Titan. I'm so ready for that. I was watching another trailer of it, and my friend even posted up something, and I was like, oh man, that looks so good. I can't wait. So yeah, definitely that. What else here? Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Ugh. The Legend of Heroes games, even though I was not very happy with the beginning of that one that I reviewed, I am interested still in the story for that. So, some other versions or series of that have my interest, so hopefully they're good. So I got some interest in that. Other than that, there's not really much, because a lot of the stuff seems to be Japanese stuff that we don't know if they're actually coming yet. So, I don't want to get my hopes up. But yeah, what about you, Kyle?
All right. Well, some of these I've got pretty good guesses that they're coming over, so I'm just going to go over the ones that I think are going to end up here and that I really want. So here we go. First of all, Caligula. Anything from somebody who's worked on a Persona game, I'm definitely interested in seeing what they've kind of come up with and reading the stuff that they've kind of released so far. It definitely sounds like an interesting concept and an interesting game. I'm hoping it comes over just because of all those connections. And I think it will, so we'll see. But definitely interested in that one. Also, Sword Art Online Hollow Realization, there were some details on that. And, oh man, I'm at the point now where I can almost start Lost Songs, so then I can get hyped for Hollow Realization even more. So, you know, be prepared for that, you crazy Vita Cast listeners. But I am hyped for Hollow Realization, and, you know, it's starting to get there. I just wish we had more Vita sourced footage, because, you know, Vita Cast. Moving on. We also talked about Digimon World Next Order. Yes, I definitely want that one to come over. I enjoyed the hell out of Digimon Story, and I plan on going back and at least attempting for the Platinum sometime soon. So, yeah, I'm hoping they bring that over, even though it's kind of a different style game. That one being kind of more roam around than, I guess, little side story based as Digimon Story kind of is. Moving on, Uppers. I'm hoping that one comes over because a lot of Kenichiro Takaki's games kind of made it over here. I know IAVT didn't, but I think every other one did, so there you go. And Valkyrie Drive is probably on the slate, so. But yeah, I'm interested. The first demo didn't impress all that much, but after playing the second demo and getting into that second area where you kind of have a, it's like a nonstop barrage of enemies for a couple minutes. It's pretty cool, and I enjoyed fighting through that. That was pretty cool. So I'm hoping that one comes over. Attack on Titan, definitely hyped for that. We've seen Vita footage pretty recently, and it's definitely a drop down from PS4, but I'd rather play it on Vita anyway. So there you go. What else? Oh, Galgun, Double Piece. Lots to talk about this one, and of course, it being one of those kind of booby games, I'll probably end up getting saddled with it, and I'm okay with that. So there you go. Um, I know there's a couple more here. Oh, Rose and the Castle of Twilight. I only played a couple of minutes of the Japanese demo because I was actually really busy when it kind of came out, so I didn't get too far into it. But it seemed a lot like Hotaru no Nakai in style, and even though Hotaru no Nakai didn't really grab me, this one kind of did. So I don't know. I might be interested in that one if they bring it over, and maybe even if not, it seems like it's one of those kind of weird, creepy little games that might be interesting for a go. So, what else? What else? What else? Oh, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
All
So
right.
quite a few there from what we talked about. Some of them obviously being Japanese only for now, but I'm sure at least 80% of those ones I mentioned are coming over. So
Well, that's
there you
good.
go.
All right. So what do you got next here, Kyle?
All right, so we've been away for a while, and as such, we've missed the preview for the April PlayStation Plus games. So if you didn't hear about them elsewhere for some crazy reason, I'm just going to kind of give you what we have here about them. So first up is a virus named Tom, a perfect place, a city without traffic, a dog that doesn't poop. All products of the brilliant mind of Dr. X, but hell hath no fury like a mad scientist fired by a giant corporation. In this unique action puzzler, you take control of Tom, a virus created for one purpose: revenge. This one's definitely a puzzler, and there is a review on site, so if you're interested in picking that one up or don't know whether you should pick it up because it's a PlayStation Plus freebie and you just kind of don't want to waste the space or whatever, check it out on the site. Find out about it. There you go. The other thing that was released to PlayStation Plus freebies is Shitsumi, which is that weird fish shooting game. It was out in North America a little while ago. It hadn't come out in Europe yet. It was released right into PlayStation Plus in Europe. And here's a quote from the review that we have. Quote, Shitsumi Seriously Swole is a game that is worthy of your time if you enjoy shoot 'em ups. It'll hold your attention till you beat it, but that's about it. The game, however, does not hold the power to convert a non-shoot 'em up fan to being a loyal disciple. It's a skip if you're one of those people. End quote. So looks like if you're a shoot 'em up fan, this one might be for you. Otherwise, avoid. There is a review on the site for that one as well, since it came out in North America a while ago. So have a read if you're interested.
Yes. Do it.
Yes.
I played that. That game was fun.
You like Shitsumi?
Yeah. Even though I don't like those type of games, it's just goofy fun.
Maybe I'll actually have to try it then, because I did tag that one, and a virus named Tom, even though they don't quite look my style, but it might be something that, on one of those weird days while I'm feeling weird, I might try. You never know.
Do it, Kyle. I dare you.
You never know. It might happen.
Do it.
So there you go. Those are your games in PlayStation Plus for April. We actually had a little poll going on in our magazine, and we asked you how you felt about them, and I believe the results were that like 60-something% of you didn't think that that was a good lineup. So I don't know if I necessarily agree, because everyone's into different things, but it looks like most people are unhappy. So hopefully something better next month.
Fingers crossed, right?
That's right, Tyler. You can't, predict these things. Sometimes things are lined up and they get switched last moment. Sometimes we get crazy stuff last moment. You never know.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know.
All right, well. No listener mail.
No, we don't have any listener mail because you guys are quiet and Tyler was MIA and not begging for your listener mail like he usually is for us. So, yeah, I guess we're skipping that and going right to my check this out?
Yeah.
All right. So for check this out this week, There's nothing on sale. There's nothing, that really jumps out at me on the store. That's kind of, hey, you should buy this. So I'm gonna go kind of a little bit left and say you should buy Valkyrie Drive Bikuni. Now, before you go, hey Kyle, this might be localized and blah blah blah. I mean, 90% of you, do you really care about the story? No, you don't. You just want to play a game, so you should import it. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like Senran Kagura in that it's, a booby action game, I guess. And it's kind of built around the same kind of premise. But as far as the gameplay goes, it's a little quicker. I would actually kind of liken it more to Devil May Cry than necessarily Senran Kagura, as it's a little bit, you kind of snap to the other character, and there's a lot of really quick, times when there's... it's hard to explain. There's a lot of time when you're actually engaged in action or doing something. So where in Senran Kagura there can be like little bouts of where you're kind of standing there and the other character's kind of standing there. This game really doesn't play out like that, and it seems like it's a lot more always engaged, always going, always thinking kind of thing. So if you're interested in those kind of beat 'em ups, and a bit of a challenge because it is kind of hard in some areas compared to Senran Kagura, you might be interested in that. So there you go. It's kind of a little off the book and a little bit left, but it's a good game.
Well, there you go.
Read my review on the site.
Or else.
Or else Tyler will come get you.
You don't want that.
No, you don't. He's overworked and really kind of frustrated.
Yes.
He might beat you to a pulp. But anyway, that's my check this out for this time around. I don't think we have any threads to look at from on the forum this week, so I guess that's it, Tyler. I think we've caught up on this one.
We did it!
Yay! An actual podcast.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Don't worry, we're working on getting them more regular, and if not, we might end up having guest co-hosts to fill in, so we'll be working on it and trying to get back into a schedule. I know we've kind of been a little bit here and there all over the place the last 3 months, but shit happens. A lot going on at TVL and with us, so we're making the effort, and hopefully we'll get back into some sort of regular schedule very, very soon.
Yes. And I'm setting an alarm and making myself be more aware.
Get like a pack of Red Bull and just like chug them beforehand, like all like wired. You can get fast talking Tyler, who can like say all the Japanese words even though he doesn't say them wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that moment.
Needed a lot of Red Bull, I'm guessing. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here, Tyler.
Yeah, let's do that. Alright, where the hell am I? There I am. It's been too long. Alright. If you got listener mail or comments, contact us via media services at thevitalounge.net. You can find everything we talked about today at thevitalounge.net, including any mentioned news, reviews, featured articles, and store updates. We also have a community forum and a magazine. The magazine is available both digitally and in a physical copy via our Patreon at patreon.com/thevitalounge. You can follow us on Twitter at The Vita Lounge. I'm at Mr. PSVita Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. We're on Facebook. Just search The Vita Lounge. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/loungeplay, now with more videos. This podcast is available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, YouTube, and via direct download on the site. Subscribe to us on those platforms. Rate us and let us know how we are doing. And that is it for episode 115. Yeah, buddy.
That is it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. We're caught up. Ish.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, look for a podcast soon.
Bye.